For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
Matt Arnold's phone must be ringing off the hook, and the area code flashing on the screen is from New York. Highly reliable sources, including Chris Kirschner and Ken Rosenthal from The Athletic, have confirmed that the New York Yankees are in active talks regarding Freddy Peralta. This isn't just a casual check-in, it is genuine interest from a team desperate to add elite depth to their rotation. We know the Yankees have been talking to the Miami Marlins about Edward Cabrera, a 27-year-old pitcher with team control through 2028, but negotiations there seem to have stalled. That makes the eyes of the Bronx turn with much more greed toward our number 51. And it makes total sense from their perspective. Peralta is entering his final guaranteed year before becoming a free agent, making just $8 million. In today's market, where average pitchers are getting $15 or $20 million a year, having a legitimate ace for $8 million is an absolute steal. Before we get into the details of a move that has a lot of people in Milwaukee losing sleep, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right below the video. We know the national media often ignores what happens at American Family Field, so if you want real analysis from someone who lives and breathes Brewers baseball, join our community so you don't miss a thing this offseason. For us Milwaukee fans, this news sends a chill down the spine. The logical argument for a trade exists, sure. If the front office decides they won't extend him and wants to maximize the return in prospects before he walks for free, now would be the time. But I have to be very frank with you, trading Freddy right now would be a terrible signal. The Milwaukee Brewers have a respectable pitching staff. We've built some interesting depth in the bullpen and the back of the rotation, but Peralta is the pillar. He is the guy you put on the mound in Game 1 of a wild card or division series. Without him, our rotation goes from dangerous to uncertain in a matter of seconds. The Yankees know this. They know we are a smaller market and that the temptation to restock the farm system is always high for our front office, but giving in to that pressure now would be admitting we aren't ready to run with the big dogs of the National League. The intel circulating behind the scenes is that despite the talks, nothing is imminent. But in baseball, things change with a single phone call. The Yankees are aggressive. They need guarantees on the mound and have the trade capital to make offers that make any general manager hesitate. The question is whether Milwaukee will prioritize an uncertain future or a real chance to compete in 2026. We are talking about a 29-year-old pitcher in his physical prime. Looking at the competitive landscape, the decision to keep or trade Freddy Peralta defines exactly who the Milwaukee Brewers want to be this season. If we look at our direct rivals for the National League pennant, like the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Philadelphia Phillies, the difference lies precisely at the top of the rotation. These teams don't trade their best pitchers when their championship window is open. They accumulate more weapons. If Milwaukee sends Peralta to the Bronx, we are essentially saying we don't care about competing at the same level as those powerhouses. It is impossible to look at our roster without Freddy and honestly say we are World Series contenders. Can we fight for the Central Division? Maybe, but the ultimate goal, that trophy we've been chasing for decades, gets much further away without him. Financially, that $8 million contract is an asset, not a burden. It is a figure that fits perfectly into our budget, even as a small market team. There is no economic reason to shed that salary unless the front office is planning a drastic cost-cutting measure, which would be a slap in the face to the fans who pack the stadium. The value Peralta delivers on the field far outweighs his cost on the payroll. Furthermore, the message this sends to the clubhouse is disastrous. Imagine being a young player watching management trade your leader and best pitcher to a wealthy team like the Yankees. That kills team morale before the first pitch is even thrown in spring training. Rumors indicate New York wants to finalize their pitching staff soon. They don't want to drag this out until the trade deadline. That puts pressure on Milwaukee to decide now. If I were in the room with Matt Arnold, my stance would be clear. Hang up the phone unless the Yankees are willing to send a historic return package, something that changes the franchise for the next 5 years. Otherwise, it makes no sense to strengthen a giant while weakening our own house. The stat that matters here isn't just ERA or strikeouts, but the psychological and strategic impact of anchoring the rotation with a true number one. To wrap this up, I view this situation with a lot of caution. The interest is real, the conversations are happening, and the Yankees have the resources, but the Milwaukee Brewers have the leverage. We don't need to sell. If we do, it will be a conscious choice to take a step back. And I don't know about you, but I am tired of taking steps back. I want to know your read on this situation. Would you accept a trade for Freddy Peralta if the return was loaded with elite prospects? Or do you think we should hold on to him and go all in for the playoffs this year? Drop your opinion in the comments. That's where the debate continues. Subscribe to the channel for updates as soon as any news breaks.